Tracking H1N1. Starting tonight, every Wednesday, FOX Toledo will bring you an update about what is going on with the virus. This week we focus on the cases in our area and the vaccine availability.
We are here at the University of Toledo Medical Center, and with me is Dr. Kris Brickman, who is the medical director of the emergency department, and we are here for a status update on H1N1. What can you tell us?
Well, we're seeing a little bit of a, surprisingly, seeing a little bit of a lull right now. You know, it's our volumes through the emergency department setting, and as well as in our clinics, had been extremely heavy until this last week, and we've had a bit of a drop-off, you know, over the last few days.
Is there any prediction as to how this flu might play out, when we could see a peak in cases?
Well, the real answer is no. You know, we don't know for sure. We're really trying to track other areas pretty closely. More specifically, South America, for instance. You know, what tends to happen in South America this month is what's going to be affecting us a couple months down the road, or even in the next month. So we're kind of closely watching what's going on there. We're a little concerned with this bit of a drop-off that I mentioned, of this maybe being the end of the first wave of this influenza virus outbreak. And the concern is that we could be bracing ourselves for wave 2. That's what we're kind of hoping against, but I wouldn't also be surprised that that's what develops here.
Is this hitting us earlier than a seasonal flu would?
Well, absolutely. You know, it's because this bug, this H1N1 organism, is different than the seasonal flu bug. So it is affecting us at a different time. It's more aggressive. It's a hardier organism. So in other words, it has the ability to fight off the different things that tended to defeat the typical seasonal flu. So yes, absolutely. That is, of course, what's defining the flu that people have right now, is they're getting it at a time that we would not normally get the seasonal flu.
How long is it lasting from the time people first experience symptoms? Because I've talked to many people who are sick, they feel a little better, and then they have another wave of sickness, and it all seems to be part of the same thing.
Right. And that is commonly happening. Now, again, I'm talking about the typical patient who normally will recover reasonably well. It's normally lasting a week, can last up to 10 days. And people are sick for about that period of time. And that's a very common scenario. You get the runny nose and a sore throat for a couple days, you cough a little bit, and then you have a couple days you feel better, and then you sort of get hit hard again. And then sick for about 4 or 5 more days after that is sort of what we're seeing with this quite a bit. The dangerous part of that, though, that we're a little concerned with is particularly when we're talking about smaller kids, talking about people with asthma. Those are the ones that are really running into significant complications. And what we're finding is they get hit initially, seem to be doing better, and then they develop a major pneumonia that ends up really causing significant problems.
To the vaccine, before we run out of time, we're still just vaccinating people who are in that high-risk category that you were just talking about. How soon will the general population have access to H1N1 vaccinations?
Well, I don't really have a definite answer to that either. We are getting more and more of the vaccine in, though. It clearly has not been coming to the same quantities that we were hoping for at this point. We really felt a month ago, by this time, we would be immunizing and vaccinating the vast majority of our communities. But it's simply we have not been able to get that amount of vaccine to allow us to do that. So you're absolutely right. We're still at a point that we're only vaccinating the high-risk people. Hopefully within the next 2 to 3 weeks, we will have enough vaccine that we can start vaccinating the communities where we can develop what is called herd immunity, which will help us decrease this.
Herd immunity meaning more of the herd will be able to fight off the virus.
That's exactly it. It's not necessarily fight off, but it's just if you can vaccinate a large proportion of a population, there's less people that are sick passing this bug around. So even the people who don't get vaccinated then have much less of a chance of becoming ill because there's much less people in that herd, so to speak, that are sick in the first place if we can get people vaccinated.
All right. Thank you, Dr. Brickman, for the update on H1N1.
Thank you.